Hi guys, how y'all doing tonight? Boy, I mean, let me get the disclaimer out of the way. There we go. Hi, I'm Sean McFall. I'm your host from Look Around Florida. A lot of cool stuff getting ready to kick off for this month, especially Lee Jackson dinners. You know, there's several different Lee Jackson dinners and celebrations going on throughout the state of Florida. Next, a week from this Saturday, we got the Lee Jackson dinner in Cocoa Beach, Florida, put on by the J.J. Dickerson camp. I'm looking fun for it. I hope you too. I'll be seeing good friends of mine, Roy Linda, Jim Odell, another good friend of mine. I don't I wish I had more time to be able to talk with him, sit down with him, but I know he lives in Tennessee. Our commander in chief, Jason Boshears. So it'd be a fun time catching up with him, seeing all my brothers and sisters within the SCV and OCR. That's next Saturday. If you didn't pre-register, why not? It's gonna be fun, you know? So besides that, I know that event's coming up. There, if you're in the Florida Mechanized Cavalry, you most likely got an email this week. Roy Hudson just finished up the final email on a ride that's planned in March. So if you didn't get the email, get on the Mechanized Cavalry Facebook discussion group. And the only way you can get on that is just like our Florida Division Facebook page, your member number, meaning your Mechanized Cavalry number. So, a lot of cool stuff coming up this month. Yeah, like I said, a week from this Saturday, it's the J.J. Dickerson camp, Lee Jackson dinner with our commander in chief. Oh boy, the commander in chief is in the chat. Thank you, sir, for joining the chat. Hey, anytime you want to come on, sir, feel free to hit me up and you can come on and have your way with this politely. Yes, yes, I know. I trimmed up. I was trying to trim up under here and I went a little crazy and went that way. So, yeah, like I said, the J.J. Dickerson camp is a week from this Saturday. So, yes. Then on, hey, Mrs. Massey, hope you and Al are doing good. Uh, next, a week from this Sunday, that Florida Division is putting on the Lee Jackson celebration dinner. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to that one. I would love to hang out with my boys and girls up in North Florida, but unfortunately, since being off from work for 2 weeks because of Christmas and New Year's vacation, I have to get caught up on bills and everything else. And so a lot of cool events coming up. I just talked to what was it yesterday? Today, we are planning on bringing Michael Hardy on the show. Yeah, sir. That's right. January 15th. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna do something crazy because most of you know me. Yes, I just invited somebody, so see if he wants to come on and talk about our national reunion in Arkansas. I've had some questions today on it. Uh, I was going to call Mr. Boshiers up or our division commander later and see if they're able to answer the questions because we all saw, quite a bit of us saw today the pre registration for our national reunion. So I have questions, and I know some of you people in rest of my compatriots in Florida have questions. So I sent an invite to Commander Boshiers. I know he's busy. Maybe he could come on the show and answer those questions for the national reunion. Like I said, I just today and yesterday I've been talking with Michael Hardy. He will be coming on the show this month. We're just trying to iron out details when he's available. So I know Michael for a very long time. Uh, I grew. Me and him know each other. I reenact in his dad's group. So we've known each other for many moons. uh, so Linda, I know Roy's there. Let him know I talked about his mechanized cavalry ride in March, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you two a week from this Saturday. Looks like it's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget, guys. Uh, Division reunion is coming up as well as national reunion. So with the division reunion, the pre-registration is out now. Our division commander Calvin Hart would like to get as many people pre-register as possible. Uh, if you should be getting an email here shortly from our division adjutant. All the camp commanders and adjutants get those. Uh, so you should be getting more information on the division reunion. Uh, After talk with Commander Hart a couple weeks ago, it looks like it's going to be a fun time. We have a couple of Constitution amendments to vote on. Uh, Camps and brigades give their updates, what they've been working on, what they're doing, uh, and and the rest. Yeah, I don't like to talk about business stuff. So that's up to our division commander. Hopefully, I could get him to come back on the show. I know me and Rick Roberts, our division adjutant, have talked about it. I'm waiting on him to let me know when he's available to get him back on the show, hopefully this month. Hey, Kim, how you doing tonight, sir? To get him back on the show to kind of do a division review, what's going on as far as the command staff with the division. You know, it's always good to hear from our commander in chief, our division commanders, our division lieutenant commanders, and brigade commanders. Uh, you know, exactly. I can't wait to Hot Springs myself, Jeffro. Jeffro's talking on our YouTube channel, boys and girls. Uh, Let me try this out again because I did this last time and it worked and I had problems with it. So keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to try this again. There we go. If you guys don't know, we do have a YouTube channel. There, it's my YouTube. You can go on YouTube let me break this down because some of the information was covering. We do have a YouTube channel now, so please share this episode or any other episodes you like with your camps. The only way I can grow this show and get better is by the information provided to me by our camp commanders, our camp adjutants, uh, our brigade commanders, lieutenant commanders. The lieutenant commanders do an awesome between David King and Roy Hudson and Daryl Rattray. There's another one there. I think, yeah, there's another one there for the Northeast. Kim, who's your lieutenant commander now? I got to touch base with him, but most of the lieutenant commanders do provide information for this show so I can get it out to you guys. Same with our division commander. I got to. They're paying the bills. You know, we are being sponsored by the Florida division now. I'm very humbled and honored about that. That was a great achievement for me last year. Is how our Florida Division GEC really trusted me and the show to get our word out that we're here. And we're live. You guys have up to date information, what's going on. Uh, so that was a big achievement for me. Thanks, Kim. It's Hale. I hope I said that right. I got to touch base with him. If he has Kim and Rick Roberts and the rest of the guys in 1209 are pretty good about giving me information for their camp. You guys can also provide information to the, you guys can poke me through the YouTube channel or through Facebook if you have a camp project. A camp project, or if you're just a division member, and you want to come on because you learned something cool about your ancestor. I love to hear it. I'm sure people in the chat would love to hear it. Feel free to hit me up. Hell, I'll bring Linda on, Jeffro, the Massies, anybody that's in the chat, or they. That's what we're here. If we don't remember our Confederate ancestors, they are they they're forgotten. Something I love with wreaths across America is remembrance. When you go to place that wreath on that veteran's grave, you shout out their name, so they they can hear somebody is talking about them. So as soon as I get, as most of you know, I've been doing some research on Seminole Mounted Volunteers. It's a Confederate unit during the war. So this was it Saturday? A couple of days ago. Uh, Within the span of a week, me and Leon Arthur went out to Bryan, had lunch. We got to talk with some of the people there, and we went out to the in Bryan. It is a Seminole reservation. They have a Veterans Affairs building. For what we could see from outside, it looked pretty cool when we were seeing in through the windows and everything. Because me and him want to honor those Seminole Indians have fought with our ancestors. Make sure they get a flag and find out where they're located. Uh, to get our Graves Committee the information so they can get the information out to the right camps so they can honor those veterans. So we went out to there, we went to the Veterans Affairs building, but it was closed. Yes, Jeff, I'm going to get to that here in a little bit. So with that, I went out to the Seminole Reservation in Big Cypress. Uh, Beautiful museum, beautiful museum. If you get a chance, go out there. It's beautiful. It takes if you're on Alligator Alley, yeah, if you're on Alligator Alley, I forget what exit it is. If you're heading from Naples to Miami, it's a little ways down. There's an overpass, and there used to be a sign there years ago. It says last gas station before Miami. So you get off there, you can do that gas station, or you keep heading north on that road. I think that's 78. I could be wrong. So you head north on that road, and it takes you into the Seminole Reservation in Big Cypress, and the museum is on the west side of the road. Once you start getting into civilization, meaning homes, businesses, stuff like that. I really enjoyed the museum. It's a cool museum. When I got in there, I talked to the lady behind the counter. I showed her a mustard sheet of a Confederate Seminole veteran, or what I think is a, a Seminole. He rode in the Seminole Mounted Volunteers. So with that, she hooked me up with the caretaker of the museum. Uh, and I got to talk with her. The mustard sheet I had, she said she's not familiar with that name being Seminole. So she's going to help me do some research on the Seminole Mounted Volunteers. That way I can provide you that information and help our Graves Committee out where those Confederate heroes are buried at, so we can honor them, or our other brothers and sisters, maybe in the state. So that is cool. With that, I did find as I was doing my research on them, uh, yeah, as I was doing my research on the Seminole Mounted Volunteers, I did come across a cool article. If you're on our Facebook page, you probably saw the article. I did share it. Uh, I thought I did. Or did I just share that on my personal? Yes, I did share it on my personal page. I do apologize to our chat heads. Let me get that on look around. Yes, the information I got was from a Facebook page called the Second Battle of Cabin Creek, which I'm not familiar with that battle, and I don't think that the Second Battle of Cabin Creek is here in Florida. As the information I got, reposting and update favorites, this man previous fought against the U.S. Army during the two Seminole Wars in Florida, and he would do it again during the. Guys, don't beat me up. I'm just reading this verbatim. During the Civil War in Indian Territory. Ter- uh, I'm not familiar with Seminole names. If it gets told to me, then I can remember it. But he's with the First Regiment Seminole Mounted Volunteers. Hojo was a Seminole from, and the word Hojo translates means so brave. you are crazy according to FamilySearch.com. According to the Seminole Wars Foundation Inc., unlike hundreds of American Indian tribes, the people generally refused during the Second War of yeah, during the Second War, as Seminoles do not have ancient history. At the time of the Seminoles, there we go. That way I can look at the camera and just in case of our commander in chief pops in the show. I just sent him an invite if he wants to come on and talk about the national reunion. Uh, so brave and crazy, the family siege. According to the yeah, yeah, I lost my track. At the time of the Seminole destruction of command of BBT Major Francis Longhorn Dade in 1835, a provision that was used to as justification for all out war by the United States. The term Seminole had come meaning any Indian in Florida. In fact, Seminole means to translate as runaway. Was a term used to describe those Creek Indians who left their native lands in Alabama and Georgia to come to Florida more than a century before. I could go on and on about this. Let me. Can I? Yeah, I can share it to the page. Woohoo! There we go. It's a nice article. It did as it gave me information about the units, but it did not give me information about where they are buried at. So, you text me or instant messenger, Jeff? Yeah, Stan Wadey and all of them. Correct, Jeff. Yeah, I remember seeing that at the wall. So, I'm still doing research on our Native Americans. Yeah, Jeff, I saw it. I'll read it here in a little bit. So, I'm on the right path. Hey, Beth, I'm on the right path getting information about the unit. So, which is cool. I just shared it to our Facebook page so you Chad heads have a chance to read it. Uh, or I'd be on here for about an hour and a half. And most of you know, Jeff, don't say anything. Most of you know I could talk forever. Yep, most of you do. So it's a pretty interesting find that I found this information. Uh, the mustard sheets I did find on Fold 3 about the Confederate Seminole Mounted Volunteers. I took all the mustard sheets, and if I can make out the last name, I put them in. Ooh, excuse me. I put them in Find a Grave and didn't get any hits. That doesn't mean anything. Find a Grave is only as good as the information you uploaded to it. Uh, yeah, you can look up my grandfather on Find a Grave, and I know a lot of you look up various different family members on Find a Grave. I know Donna McPherson. She found a lot of her family members. Her family is a traditional cracker family. So Yeah, mine, not really. My family came to Florida in the 50s. Uh, you know, settled here after I think my grandfather came back from Korea? Uh, I wanna say Korea, I could be wrong. I know he served in Korea. I think he did serve in World War II because he was a full-born colonel. Uh, so, yeah, my mind's going blank on my grandfather. I love him dearly. Didn't really get to know the man. That's why I actually got in the SCV, is doing a genealogy and research on my grandfather, and my grandfather linked to another grandfather, and as we all know, following rabbit trails all over the place. Next thing I know, I found a Union soldier in my family tree, and Confederate soldiers in my tree, as most of all you in the chat, uh, most likely the same thing. Yeah. So, if you get a chance, read that article. I got it posted on our Facebook page about the Seminole Mounted Volunteers. Uh, it talks about Texas, but from what I gather from the Seminole Nation, uh, is there was a, a tribe that decide to surrender and go to another part of the country during the Trail of Tears and all that. Uh, and the Seminole Nation really didn't want, most of the tribes here in Florida didn't want nothing to do with them until recently. Uh, it went on for a while. That was a cool information that I found on that. So, if you get a chance, go down to Big Cypress, check out the Seminole Museum in Big Cypress. I had fun. Uh, they have displays of clothes, jewelry, and that inside the museum. Out back, they have a boardwalk. On the boardwalk, it takes you to, oh man, I can't think of the name of it. It takes you to a building. You can go in the building and watch them try to restore historical artifacts. It was kind of cool to sit there and watch. I was the only one there, and there was a lady there trying to take pictures of historical clothing. You know, take. She had just put it on the mannequin and, trying to take pictures of it. That was kinda cool to watch. I wish I hung out there a little bit longer, and I wanted to ask her questions on historical artifacts. Maybe next time, when I do go down there, they do have one-day passes, or you can become a friend of the museum type thing, and that gets you unlimited access from that. So, it's pretty cool, that museum. I really enjoyed it. Uh, they did have some stuff there for the kids to interact with. That was cool. I saw some kids there interacting with that stuff. Uh, so that was kind of cool. As most of you know, I love historical Florida. I love popping into Pioneer Museum, stuff like that, all the way from Tampa to Immokalee, Arcadia. Uh, you know, uh, just like I did this past weekend in Big Cypress. You know, the only way our ancestors left us the information and the tools to carry on their legacy. To talk about them. That's what this show is about. A, to talk about the Florida Division, SCV, and OCR. to let you guys know up to date what's going on and talk about history. I don't see Jim Odell in the chat. I wanted to get with him or Kim Colors to see the week that Admiral Sims's birthday. We could get either one of those two to come on and talk about Admiral Sims for his birthday. Uh, wouldn't that be cool, guys? I think so. Uh, like I said, we have a lot of history here in Florida, and most people don't know about our history. A lot of us are pioneer families or came here during, like my family. My family settled here after World War II. Uh, yeah, so it's cool to learn about history. It's like me, I go out to Buckingham. I love taking care of that cemetery. Two, the history of Buckingham during World War II. So, yeah. So it's a kind of cool history. So yeah, I could keep rambling on here for an hour and a half. So a lot of cool things coming up. Lee Jackson dinners, man. Wow. We got two of them back to back. One on a Saturday, one on a Sunday. Maybe we can find out what hotel Jason Boshears is at to go hang out with them and shoot the breeze. Uh, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Cocoa Beach one to hang out with some very good friends of mine. They're in the chat right now. The Massies and the Hudsons. I enjoy both of them. Al, Roy, Al, and Sandy Massey, Roy and Linda Hudson. Uh, you know, I'm just thankful I'm able to do this show to let people know what you guys are doing. Sandy, if you're still in the chat, maybe you or Al could come on the show, maybe in February to talk about the Battle of Narcoossee Mills. I know Al said this may or may not be the last time they do it uh, at, at their current grounds. So, Sandy or Al, hit me up, let me know. Any Tuesday is fine for me. Just let me know so I can pencil you in. Yes, Jeffro, Mom Hudson is the best. So is all of our lovely ladies in the chat. We got Beth in the chat. She don't know, but we kind of gave her a nickname. She is the Bogus Camp Mom. Yep, the camp mom. Every camp has to have a mom. So the Bogus Camp is looking at some cool stuff. As soon as I finish up the paperwork, I'll let you guys know about the Everglades Seafood Festival. Actually, why wait? I'll talk about it now. Let me pull up the information on it. Do, 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 do. Hey, Kim, I'm glad you joined the chat. Hey, Kim, can you look up Admiral Sims's birthday? Let me know when that is, and maybe that week I could bring you back on the show and we could talk about Admiral Sims for his birthday. Does that sound like a plan, sir? Kim Colors? All right, get back to what I was talking about. I just saw Kim Colors in the channel, so I wanted to say hi to him. Thanks, Kim. Uh, you can send me a private message through Facebook or email, whichever's, or you could just call me. Uh, Friday, February 17th. Wait, is it only a 1 day event? No. Yeah. Yeah, what did it be, Jeff? Get Kim Color come on and talk about Admiral Sims? Well, get back to the Bogus camp. Uh, Friday, February 17th, 18th, and 19th, we will be taking a part in the Everglades Seafood Festival, doing some recruitment and some fundraising. If you guys want to come out and hang out with us, stop by our booth, say hi. We will, or if you just want to come down there and help us out, we'll put you to work. No, I'm just joking about that. If you want to, but at least come by the booth and say hi. The Everglades Seafood Festival is February 17th through the 19th there in Everglades City. Stop by and tell them you heard about their festival on Look Around Florida or any of these fine events that I talk about. Let them know that you heard about their event on Look Around Florida. It would actually make them feel good. You know, that I'm a free advertisement right here. Hey, you know? So a lot of cool stuff coming up this month and next month. Jeffro is working on something for Flags Across Florida. He will be coming on the show here in the next few months, guys, to give you an update on our flag sites and how our flag sites out in Florida are doing. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Jeffro's a good friend of mine. We talk at least once a week, and it's usually we end up BSing. But he's a good friend of mine. He does fill me in on stuff his camp's doing, and vice versa. Like I said, we got to support each other. If we don't, you know, stop with the boundary lines. Stop with the BS. Support each other. You know, we're stronger once we're united. Division strong, as our division commander would say. Florida division strong. So, I hope you guys had fun tonight. Learned some history about the Seminole Mounted Volunteers. As I'm saying, is I'm doing more research on them. So, pay attention to our Facebook page. As I get more information in, I will put it right there on Look Around Southwest Florida Facebook page. And if I do find a grave or whatever, I'm gonna take a lot of pictures and all that and put it to music, and that will be on Look Around Florida YouTube channel. Exactly. We might be small camps, but uh, united we stand, divided we fall. Uh, you know what I mean, boys and girls? Yeah, that's why I don't talk about politics here because I know most of me and you will agree to it. But yeah, I've seen people that I've had decent political talks with, and next thing you know, they're mad at me for some reason. I don't know, but that's the nature of today's politics. So I really I kind of stay away from today's politics. I try. SCV politics, that's a different story. I'm involved with that. I have the organization that has its own uh, po- uh, pol- uh, po- political thing. So, it is cool out. Oh boy. I I plead the fifth, sir. It wasn't me. I don't care what Moose says.
Good afternoon or good evening. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing well. You sent me the message. I've since had a phone call, and I had to take that. And I just left my mother's house. We buried my father today, and I
I'm
have
sorry to
spent
hear
time
that, sir.
spent time with my mama, and just now was able to get on. So, and I know you sent it to me probably 30 minutes ago, and I
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure I wanted to come on if I could.
you're always welcome to come on. Because I did know some of the chat heads earlier today had questions on the Arkansas reunion.
Okay.
Uh, One of them was because most of us saw your post, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Jeffro was asking earlier because as me and him was going through the information you provided about the oratorium, we didn't see that on there, or is that being called something else?
Oh, you talking about the oratory contest?
Yeah.
That's going to be held at night. It's not part of the actual event schedule.
Okay.
That is one of those things that always runs a little different and independent. And it's we're still going to have it. I was talking to James Turner. If you've ever been to the oratory, you know James. And James says they haven't picked out a topic yet, but you'll be hearing about that, and that'll be coming up in the future. But that's
Cool.
not part of the event schedule.
Okay. Cool. Hey, Jeffro, hopefully that answers yours. Now, another question that was asked
But
is go ahead, sir. But another question that was
oh no, sir, you're
asked,
fine. But don't worry, we 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 will be having an oratory contest. Don't
I'm
worry.
looking forward to
So we
that
will
one.
be having it. Yes, sir.
I might come in wearing a moose costume. But
Well, somebody should to put Moose in his place.
oh boy, hey Jeffrey, you can dress up as a hunter and chase me around. But now another question somebody had today was the difference between the medals. I know National Union always has one medal, but in the information it talks about another one, not to buy a secondary, but possible a fancier one. Uh, you there, sir? Or did you lag out? It could have been me. Yeah, I just brought it up. A
Well,
limit,
either you're
a
breaking up or I'm breaking.
it had to been you, sir, because you are getting the hamster wheel now. Nice, Linda. All righty. Hey, oh, hopefully we can get him back because I know some of you were asking about the limited edition reunion medals. It's been a while from. I can't really talk about the national reunions because the last one I went to was 2000 in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, that's been over 20 years ago. Oh, 22. Bam. Have I been in the SCV that long? It's been a fun road. You know what I mean, boys and girls? Uh, yeah. So maybe Mr. Boshears could come back. And see, I do this. When I see our lieutenant commander, or the people that have priority to come on the show is our lieutenant commanders, our division commander, our adjutant, or the Army and National. Because you know the camps, the brigades, and that I schedule those. The reason why they got priority because there might be some urgent information they need to get out to us. Yeah, not just me, but all of you. So they kind of got. Ready. Let me get Jason. Just stand by. Mr. Boshears, check your. I just direct message you another link. Oh, there he is.
Did it let me back in this time?
Yep. Yeah, I sent you
Okay,
another
good.
link just in case.
Okay. Well, I'm back in.
Oh,
I heard
cool.
you asking a question about the medals. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, as we know, most of the national reunions you get one medal. Some of the people today was asking me about the limited edition reunion medal. Is there a difference between the two?
It can be. It depends on the nature of the medal and what the local camp or whoever's hosting it, whether it be a camp or division, what they have decided to put together. They could put together a limited edition, which might have a different finish and could be numbered. So
Okay.
you can buy when you register, you're going to get a medal, and you can buy additional regular medals, or you can buy the extra limited edition ones. And there could be a difference. Generally is. It just depends on what the local camp has designed in their mind. And once you get to reunion, you're able to see these on display and see if you want one. Or some people just order one every year because they want that special one. So as a collection piece, because before we faded out, or maybe when I first come back on, you said something about you've been in 20 years. Well, if you'd been going to reunions for 20 years, you would have 20 of these medals and you would have a collection. And the reason why that could be important is think of what we're putting together inside the museum, in which we are collecting the old UCV and early SCV medals. So it might not mean anything to you right now other than just a great keepsake, but your grandkids could be turning it into the museum 70 years from now, 100 years from now. And that would be a collector's piece. So
good point.
Depends on your
Good
mindset.
Point. Yeah,
Yep.
good point, sir. Yeah, because this is Arkansas is going to be my first national reunion since Charleston in 2000.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. Talk with you, Moose, Matt, and the rest of the guys with the SCV chat show.
Yes.
And having fun at the oratorium and seeing everybody I talk to through Facebook that I don't get a chance to meet face to face outside
Yep.
of my state.
Yes. There's some people, I've been going to reunions now since 2008. And there's people I only see at the national reunion. I don't make it to them, or they don't make it to me, or something, and that's the only place. And it becomes like a family reunion because there's always a group of us that get together. That well, the only time we see each other is national reunion, and we just sit down and catch up on family life and what everybody's doing, what their grandkids are doing. Most of my good friends are SCV members.
Yeah.
I've been in so long, and that's all I do. So, they're family to me.
Oh, Linda Hudson just asked, sir, any new donations to the museum?
We've had a couple of small things come in. I don't know of anything that has come in within the last few days. Um, then again, I've had other things going on, and I haven't checked with Adam. I did talk to Adam today, and I've talked to him a few times. He didn't mention anything. We've had some stuff that came in right around Christmas time. Uh, Generally, between Christmas and New Year's, it's going to be slow because everybody's going to be tied up with family, and we expect things to start picking back up now that we're past the new year.
Cool. Yeah, my condolences to you, sir. I'm thankful that you had a minute to come on and talk with us.
Well, and I thank you for doing what you're doing. I think it is important to get the information out. I think it's important to keep everybody up to date. And so many of the things that you have said on here are very, very true. I heard you say something, quoting Calvin Hart about being Florida Division strong.
Mhm.
Us sticking together and us working together as a full functional group, we're going to be very tough to beat in any situation. The one thing we have to stop doing is going after each other and beating each other up. Even if you don't like the person, that doesn't mean you don't have to go eat supper with them. Okay. Just don't sabotage them and work with them if they have a good idea and it's something that you can support. Nobody in the SCV is my enemy. That doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. My wife and I do not agree on everything, but there is no way that we're going to tear it apart because we disagree, because there is a greater good for us to achieve as one unit. And that's the way that I see the SCV. I just want us to work together to support each other. I try to come on or at least look at your show every opportunity that I have. And Michael Hardy, the same way. I watch what he does because I think that it is so important for us to take care of each other and to follow each other and to help each other out. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. It just the way the day has and the last few days have rolled out, just to be able to come on and, well, talk to friends and talk about something different. It's a great relief for me, and I thank y'all.
Yeah, like I said, sir, you're always more welcome to come on the show at any time. It's like you had that little internet problem. Like I was saying earlier, is from our division lieutenant commanders up to our division commanders, up to our councilmen and army commanders, up to you guys. You guys kind of have the priority because you guys may have information you need to get out to us like yesterday.
And I thank you for that. And yes, you are right. There are times that I contacted Connor and Moose and say, guys, I need to come on tonight, or I need to be on Monday night. Right now, I will be on Thursday night because it'll be Commander's Comments, and I think it's going to be myself and of course Chief of Heritage Operations Ron Kennedy, and I'm also going to see if Donnie Kennedy would be willing to come on, and so that will be myself. Lieutenant Commander in Chief and a Chief of Heritage Operations, just to give everybody an update on what is going on. But that's the reason why I also watch these shows, because I do read the comments. I do read what people say, because there's information out there that might help me do a better job. And that's what I'm looking for, is information that will help me do the very best job I can do, because I feel like I represent everybody in this organization, and everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, and I know they're all different, but there are common grounds, and we'll have to find them and work together. And reading your comments and listening to what people have to say, I think is an important part of my job, because I need to know what's on your mind.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, I have two camps in my brigade. I try to do the same thing. I try.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but because I sit there and watch what my lieutenant commander are doing. Lieutenant commanders in our division commander, and trying to learn from you guys, because you made it to the positions you're in. And I know I'm just a brigade commander, but I want to grow, so to speak, and get better. And I try to
Well,
surround myself around people that are good-hearted people and uh, try to learn from them.
and I think you're right on that. I try to surround myself with people that are better than me, better to me in any way, whether they're smarter, they're more businesslike, they have knowledge and they've worked through problems. Nobody needs to feel like that they're on an island by themselves. They need to know they have friends they can count on and people that will help them do the right thing.
Yeah,
And I think that's what's important for us to do.
correct.
And
And it's
I
all
just surround myself with the best people that I can think of,
you're
even if
absolutely
I disagree with them. Now, there's some people I've got around me that I disagree with, and that's what I want. I want somebody that has a different opinion than I do, because I know I'm not always right. I know I'm a human being. I know I make mistakes, and the way I see things might not be the best answer.
mhm,
And that's the reason why you surround your people. You don't want it. You don't want yes men, people that are going to agree to everything you say. You need somebody that's going to go, now, what, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Or have you thought about this? And that has happened to me all along the way, from a camp commander to where I am now. You just
mhm,
surround yourself with the best people you can.
yeah. And, sir, thank you for the advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it'll be a year coming up, guys, that this show took off because I came up with an idea. I ran it by our l- our lieutenant commander. He goes, "Well, come up to the Jacksonville flag site dedication and run it by Calvin." So I ran it by Calvin. He goes, "Roll with it." Like, okay.
Yep.
that that's where this show pretty much I just had an idea. It started out as me just doing a brigade report, letting my members in my brigade know, including our division commander at the time, Kelly Crocker, know. So, kind of kept it private within the brigade. So then I just like I'm just gonna flip the switch and you know see what happens.
Well, and everything starts from an idea. Unfortunately, there where that is a problem is there's people who aren't willing to do the work to put it in to make it work, and that's where people like Connor and Moose, who did it with SCV Chat, you with the Look Around Florida, see, not only did you have the idea, you had the audacity, you had the backbone, and you talked to people, and you were able to push it all the way through to a reality. Very few people are willing to see an idea all the way through. And some people have told me every time they call me, it's, I've got an idea. I say, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Why don't you do that? Oh, I can't do the work. I'm just an idea person. Well, somebody's got to put the work in. You can have the best idea in the world, but if nobody's willing to work on it, it's not going to do you any good.
Kim, you just DM me that. Just let me know the date when you want to come on the show, sir, so we can talk about Admiral Sims. A lot of cool ideas we had, coming up. Held this month. Two last Lee Jackson dinners coming up this month. Our commander in chief is going to be at both of them, so come meet him. Come and meet him face to face. Ask him questions. He's not shy. I'm not shy. If I were shy, I wouldn't be doing this show. So
You're so correct. People say, "How did you get started?" Well, I just got asked to do something, and then I got asked to do something, and you agree to do it, and there you go. And I'm fixing to have to get off here because I've been on the phone so much, my phone's dying on me.
Sir,
thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming on tonight. Have fun, sir. I'll see you a week from this Saturday.
All righty. I'll see the people down at J.J. Dickinson Camp. I'll see y'all on Saturday evening.
Cool. Well, hopefully we get some more information from Mr. Boshiers on. I know the biggest topic that's coming up that a lot of people have is, what happened to that monument that just got taken down in Virginia, and what are they going to do with the remains? So maybe we can get him back on the show at a later date or ask him that question a week from this Saturday. Linda and Roy, I'll see you a week from Saturday. Take care. With damn. That was a great timing, Mr. Boshiers, and thank you for coming on. With that being said, guys, I'm going to close out the show with a video on Faces of the SCV. Thank you for taking your time out today, joining me for conversation on Look Around Florida. So make sure you check out our Facebook page and take a look at that article that I post on Seminole Mounted Volunteers. With that being said, stay Southern. Don't let the people grind you down. Stay Southern, and hope to see you soon.
When my mother was in college, she danced with Confederate veterans. To me, it wasn't that far away. My father knew this. My mother knew this. Almost 50 years ago, I joined the Sons of Confederate Veterans. In those days, we weren't concerned about saving monuments or any of those things. That wasn't necessary. In fact, none of us had any remote idea that it would ever come up. We can't just sit there and react. We have to be proactive. Or, as Robert E. Lee said, the best way to disrupt your enemy's plans is to strike first. Everyone should do all in his power to collect and disseminate the truth, in the hope that it may find a place in history and descend to posterity. History is not the relation of campaigns and battles and generals or other individuals, but that which shows the principles for which the South contended and which justified her struggle for those principles. If you're looking for some place to be where you think you're going to accomplish something to save our history, go to the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I'm Thomas Lee Jesse. I'm a descendant of Private Daughtery Gilmer, a Confederate veteran.
All right, guys, have fun. I'll see you soon. Have a good night.